Breaking news. Chelsea receive a huge boost ahead of massive games against Barcelona and Arsenal, as key star Pedro Neto returns to training just in time for a season-defining run of fixtures. Meanwhile, Barcelona continue to suffer from a brutal injury crisis, losing young talents like Xavi Espart and Landry Ferre, while Lamine Yamal reduces his social media presence after difficult weeks. And if that's not enough, Deco is pushing to bring Joao Cancelo back to Barcelona, while Lionel Messi drops an emotional new admission about his desire to end his career at Barca. Stay tuned as we break down all the major updates: Chelsea squad news, Barcelona injury blows, transfer rumors, and Messi's heartfelt message. Chelsea player returns to training ahead of Barcelona and Arsenal games. Chelsea have steadied their faltering campaign, especially considering the challenges they have faced with injuries to key players. Levi Colwill was ruled out for the long term even before the season began. In addition, Cole Palmer has been dealing with a recurring groin issue that has limited his availability so far. Thankfully, the number 10 is expected to be back on the field soon. Meanwhile, the list of injuries does not stop there, and several other players have also spent their fair share of time on the sidelines. Pedro Neto, who has become one of the most important players in Enzo Maresca's squad, unfortunately picked up a knock against Wolves and was the latest to be ruled out. This gave Chelsea a setback and left fans concerned with an important run of fixtures approaching in the next few weeks that could shape the rest of the campaign. Fortunately, there is a positive update on his fitness status. In fact, the Chelsea Dodgers have posted an image on X, where Neto can be seen in training. That is positive news, with games against Barcelona and Arsenal coming up. Chelsea handed major boost ahead of busy schedule. Neto has been a regular starter for Chelsea, whether on the right flank or the left. He also played a major role last season when the Blues won the Conference League and were crowned club world champions. The Portuguese international has appeared in 15 matches this season across all competitions, scoring 3 goals and providing 2 assists. And while many believe Estevao should be starting ahead of him, and there is a debate to be had there, it does not take away from Neto's importance to this team. Chelsea returned to action against Burnley on Saturday, followed by a home match against Barcelona in midweek and a meeting with current Premier League leaders Arsenal on Sunday the following week. Maresca will want as many players available as possible to get the results he needs. The return of Neto will certainly strengthen the team at this crucial time. Barcelona have had a difficult season so far in terms of injuries, and things are not getting much better across the board. Hansi Flick is about to recover the likes of Joan Garcia, Pedri and Rafinha, but he has now lost one of his possible defensive options for the foreseeable future. Recently, Barcelona confirmed that young right-back Xavi Espart, who had been training with the first team, will be out for 8 to 10 weeks after picking up an injury while playing for Spain's U19 squad. He was expected to be replaced by Landry Ferre, but Ferre has also suffered an injury setback. Ferre, who has been part of Barcelona since he was 7 years old, has picked up a serious hamstring and knee ligament injury, according to the club. Although he will not need surgery, he is still expected to be unavailable for about 3 to 4 months. The medical report stated that Ferre has damaged the lateral collateral ligament in his right knee and will undergo conservative treatment during his recovery period. Ferre is a highly regarded young talent at the club and even trained with the first team during the early stages of pre-season. His injury is a big blow for coach Hansi Flick, but it impacts Barca Athletic even more, as their coach Juliano Belletti has now lost both of his main right-back options for several weeks. Barcelona's right-back woes continue. Right-back is an area that Barcelona have struggled in this season. Jules Koundé has been far from his best level, which has been a concern for Flick. Eric Garcia can fill in there when required, but aside from those two, there is now little depth in that area of the squad, which is not ideal. Barcelona winger reduced his social media activity after El Clasico defeat. Lamine Yamal was one of the most affected Barcelona players following the team's defeat to Real Madrid in the Clásico last month. The forward came under scrutiny following his pre-match comments on Real Madrid, thus leading to a hostile atmosphere at Santiago Bernabéu. Post-Barcelona's defeat, there was a lot of chatter about his comments and increased presence on social media, potentially dwindling his form and quality as a player. Yamal has reduced social media presence. As reported by Mundo Deportivo, Yamal has decided to drastically reduce his media exposure following consultation with his inner circle. The strategic shift involves posting significantly less content on his social media channels to lower the noise surrounding his personal life. According to the report, the next planned video content featuring the player will only be released if he features in the upcoming Champions League fixture against Chelsea. The measure is designed to close a chapter of overexposure and refocus the narrative purely on his sporting performance. The decision also coincides with a difficult period in Yamal's personal life. The forward has ended his relationship with Argentine singer Nicki Nicole. The breakup follows a turbulent few days for the player, further motivating the decision to step back from the public eye. Barcelona hope this period of silence and refocus will help Lamine Yamal get back to his best, especially after the attacker recovers from pubalgia and returns to the pitch. Yamal, in fact, is not completely ruled out of the upcoming game against Athletic Club, though he may only play a few minutes if the player manages to feature at all. Deco wants to bring 31-year-old familiar face back to Barcelona, report. In the past few seasons, due to the club's precarious financial situation, FC Barcelona have been forced to resort to either free agents or loan transfers to bolster the squad. One such player who had a stint here was João Cancelo. The versatile Portuguese fullback spent a year on loan at Barcelona from Manchester City under Xavi Hernandez and had his moments. He showcased his quality on more than one occasion, but with the club unable to sign him permanently at the end of the season, Manchester City sold him to Al Hilal. Since moving to the Saudi Pro League, Cancelo has continued to impress with his attacking quality, and at 31 he still has a few years left in him. According to Fichages, sporting director Deco is keen on bringing the Portuguese international back to the Camp Nou. Barcelona's fullback areas on both sides could do with bolstering, at least in terms of quality, and signing Cancelo would address both issues at once. The 31-year-old is equally comfortable playing on either flank. Cancelo is very good at both overlapping and inverting, and has an excellent passing range. Pep Guardiola loved to use him in a variety of roles, especially from the left, until the duo fell out and Cancelo decided to move on. A move back to Barcelona would have to come under the right financial circumstances. Cancelo would almost certainly have to take a pay cut and agree on a salary within the Catalan club's financial landscape, and we will have to wait and see how things play out. Lionel Messi provides fresh Barcelona admission. Barcelona legend Lionel Messi has this week reiterated the fact that he wanted nothing more than to finish his career on the club's books. This of course comes fresh off the Argentine paying a visit to the newly renovated Spotify Camp Nou. Messi was for his part forced into a shock departure from Barcelona back in the summer of 2021. As much came after the parties had agreed to the terms of a contract renewal, only for the Blaugrana to rescind their proposal owing to financial problems. Messi was left visibly devastated by the news, breaking down in tears during his farewell press conference. In turn, it should come as little surprise to hear of the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner admitting that his intention until that moment was to see out his playing days in Catalonia's capital. Speaking during an interview with Diario Sport, as cited by Fabrizio Romano, Messi confirmed, "I wanted to end my entire career at Barcelona without having to go to another club. Unfortunately, things turned out differently. It remains my club, my family, my home." What a day of huge football updates. Chelsea fans can finally smile with Pedro Neto back on the training pitch, with massive clashes against Barcelona and Arsenal just around the corner. Over in Spain, Barcelona continue battling injuries, while Deco works behind the scenes to reinforce the fullback positions. And of course, Lionel Messi's emotional confession reminds the world once again why he will always be a Barcelona legend. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Chelsea can win their upcoming matches? And should Barcelona push to bring Cancelo back? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more daily Chelsea, Barcelona, and transfer news updates. See you in the next video.